The aftermath of a couple of disastrous battles sees the French forces fleeing back north. The 3rd Brigade, now consisting of a stream of distraught men, heads back up the valley, as the once victorious defenders of Soria rush back fearing a quick British reprisal. The French supply train is quick to catch up with the leading elements of the 3rd Brigade. At the same time, General de Division, François Charles Robert Jonet de Bollamont, starts to rally his forces, build defenses, and restore morale. For the British, it is decided the 1st Brigade will chase the fleeing French forces up the valley as the 3rd Brigade make their way up the road towards the French-controlled Cidade de Montagne. At Soria, Field Marshal Sir Percival Giffard leads his forces back for the Second Battle of Soria. In the valley, the British 1st Brigade catches up to the fleeing 3rd. But first there will be a battle for the Cidade de Montagne between the French 1st Brigade and the recently victorious 3rd. After some initial shelling of the outskirts, we find General Fairfax leading his 4 infantry battalions accompanying cannon and a contingent of light dragoons, straight at the waiting French forces. For their part, the French have decided to defend the town, with cannon and a singular battalion, as the rest of their forces line up to receive the oncoming British on the town's outskirts. French turn 1. In the town, the French battalion forms an attack column, and makes its way forward seeking to outflank the British. At the same time, the cannon moves to the edge of town looking for shots of opportunity. On the French far right, some skirmishers and chasseurs à cheval move around the hilltop grove. British turn 1. Cannons roar as the brigade surges forward, splitting in two to go past the hilltop grove. French turn 2. On the hilltop, French skirmishers begin to pick off the foe, as the light troops take to the trees for cover. Chasseurs move around the same grove, and in the ruins of the town's outskirts the cannon are wheeled into place. British turn 2. The English firepower proves to be of such a volume that the French light infantry take losses even whilst hiding. They are given no chance to recover from the fusillade and are charged by a rampant English battalion. General Fairfax urges his men forward, taking the bulk of his troops down the centre towards the French. A small regiment of light dragoons leads some infantry to protect his left flank. Simultaneously, the main dragoon regiment moves to engage the hussars on the hilltop. French turn 3. Seeking to blunt the oncoming English advance, the French forces open fire, to little effect. British turn 3. The cannon returns fire, to great effect, and the British line in the grove wound a few chasseurs right before the dragoons charge in. In an all-too-common fashion, the British use their very frustrating tactic of having the wounded battalion fall back and sending fresh line troops forward. In the town, the British line charges the French column. Will the supporting dragoons make the difference? Wounded but not dismayed, the chasseurs à cheval give the light dragoons a taste of French steel, a flavour most foul indeed. The town fight proved to be the reverse, with the British line having far too much offence for the French column. French turn 4. The cannons soften the English line as the victorious cavalry patch their wounded, but most importantly of all, the infantry surge forward, taking the fight to the English, forcing at least one battalion to quit the field for good. British turn 4. The severely mangled battalion in the town's outskirts witnessed their fellow soldiers fleeing from the field, and are quick to follow suit. On the hill, the cannon battery continues to provide support as a fresh line battalion advances into bayonet range of the tired French line, easily returning the favor from the last turn. French turn 5. The French battery pauses their fusillade for a second to allow the chasseurs to move through their lines, providing cover for any marauding dragoons. In the field, another French battalion enters the fray, but this time with cavalry support. The green of the field has become a tapestry of blue and red corpses, and yet another battalion quits the battle. British turn 5. The cannons are quick to add more color to the once green field, as their crews start to realize that only one battalion stands between them and the enemy. Leaving the town, the small dragoon regiment races to support the last remaining line battalion. Their numbers prove to be too little, and the stalwart French fight off yet another British battalion. General Fairfax has struggled to maintain the troops' morale throughout this assault, and it's becoming apparent that the day will not go his way. French turn 6. With no threat of the British forcing their way through the town streets, the chasseurs enter the killing field to support the main force. The fresh French infantry are quick to join them. British turn 6. The cannon in desperation continued to take a toll on the French line. French turn 7. The advance continues and the battle line is redressed and formed, ready for a final assault. British turn 7. Undaunted, the cannon battery annihilates yet another battalion in the killing field, as the remaining forces start to retreat. French turn 8. The chasseurs at Cheval catch the last remaining British battalion, and as night falls, the Cidade de Montagne is still safely in French hands.